Now we're on the third floor. We decided to start outside, in the outside area. Now floors 3, 2, and 1 will be utilized for Abriendo Camino, our preescolar school ministry. This first stage of construction for Abriendo Camino will be on floors 1 and 2. Floor 3, as you see here, will be the play area for Abriendo Camino. There will also be an additional play area for the toddlers on the first floor. But as we were saying, we are praying that we can add grades 1 through 6. But the first stage, we will only be adding grades 1 and 2, which we will still be utilizing this space for a play area. Obviously, we're going to have to build some metal structures and with some ceiling and some roofing and so on and so forth, so little kiddies won't get the bright idea of jumping on over into this green space that you see here that belongs to Patrimonio. The wall structure is 1800s. This was a siege port ramp, or whatever they call it, where it was another line of defense to protect the city from invaders that would come in from the ocean. One of the reasons, like I said, that we're so excited about this location is this community that you see in front of us. This apartment complex houses over 75 families, which there's a lot of young people in these families, which we have not been able to reach, located in the center of Zona Colonial. So this building will put us in another area where we would be able to reach the surrounding families of this community with the gospel and love of Jesus Christ. As we walk in, this area right to the left will be grades 1 and 2. We got the lights, so we're ready to go. The first room there is a classroom. These will be 2 classrooms. So we're looking at grades 1 and 2, possibly 3 and 4 as the Lord leads, but we'll be able to utilize this space. We're planning to put libraries in on each floor, and so the kids can have access to materials. The school area on the 3rd floor will go up to these columns here, these pillars. We will be putting up a wall straight across, which Abriendo Camino can have full access to the outside facilities as well as 3 large classrooms. The other side of floor 3 will be available for rental. Now we're asking the Lord, who will He send to fill these office spaces? That's still yet to be determined. But these office spaces that you see here will be available for rental. And as we walk along, we're up to the staircases again, up to the elevators. And now we'll be going to we're on the 2nd floor now. And this large space here will be classrooms for Abriendo Camino. We'll be putting a series of classrooms here. That's still yet to be determined, depending on what Ruth and Claudinette and our architect Loma can come up with. But as you see, they have a beautiful view on the outside. Now we will be probably frosting these glasses. We were also thinking that we can open up these windows, and this can be a play area where all we have to do is put some bars up, and then we can also have this as a recreational area. That's still to be decided. However, what has been decided on this floor is this space will be the kids' library. It's already set up with a bamboo structure, which is a little bit unique. It's very Caribbean, and we're looking at making this a library and putting computer stations here in this area, that area, up against that wall. Now, on floor 2, Abriendo Camino will be utilizing half of the floor. So these rooms here, here, and here will be classrooms. Now, these office spaces now are twice the size of the classrooms that they have today. So we will be able to bring in a whole lot more kids from the community into Abriendo Camino. Now, as we said, we will be closing off half this floor. There will be a wall coming up in between these pillar structures straight across, and the rest of this floor will be available for rental. And as we said, we're really seeking the Lord's direction on who He would bring to rent out these facilities. Now, we just don't want to rent to anyone. We want this building to be utilized for ministry. So we're praying who of our partners God would send us to work out of this building as we continue to reach this community, like I said, with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now we're on floor 1. As you can see here, there's this big security door that is nice and strong. This will be the main entrance for Abriendo Camino. We're in the middle of working and getting rid of all this garbage, so this will be the main entrance. As kids come in here, there will be a separation of entrances, so there will be an Abriendo Camino opening, and then there will be an entrance for the rest of the building. And this room here, we're going to be taking out all of these glass panels, opening up so it can be free air, putting up bars, and this is going to be a discovery zone playground for the Abriendo Camino kids, the preescolar, the toddlers, will be able to utilize the space. These will be classrooms, and now we're talking, since this is an extra high space, talking about putting 2 rooms or maybe a duplex classroom in these sections. This section here, along with these sections on either side of me, will be utilized for Abriendo Camino. Now this is all phase 1 of Abriendo Camino work. As you see, there's some of these that have a secondary structure where they have these little houses built in. We don't know what we're going to do with all of this space here. Now Abriendo Camino will come up to, once again, these pillars. We'll wall this off and utilize this space for Abriendo Camino. Now on the other side, it's possible it's going to be rental space. So these office spaces here, whether it'll be one person renting the whole space, 2 floors, that's still to be decided. But this entire space will be available for rental. Now we're coming up to the front part of the building, and as you see, we have these wrought iron fences and lots of bags to prove all the work that we've been doing. All of these bags are filled with cement from the windows that we've taken out and from the things that we've done throughout the building thus far. As we go downstairs, so far this is our green space. I'm really hoping we'll put a nice palm tree in here and it'll look beautiful, who knows, maybe some bamboo. We'll get creative. That's probably a project from one of our Cornerstone brothers, Mark. Mark, you get to play with this green space if you're watching. So this will be the front part. This is the basement. Here's the elevator system. Once we thought about putting a parking lot down here, we're not able to. There's a historical channel out back that does not allow us to do that. As we walk through here, this will be rental space. We have no idea who. We're hoping to rent the entire floor. There is an existing fountain. We will be removing this fountain unless someone's really crazy about it and doesn't want it to go. This fountain will be going. Now as we walk to the floor, this is also very high space as well. This would be air conditioning systems. All the hookups are installed, so those are ready to go. That hasn't been completed, and I don't know why. But here we go. This is where our cistern is. I really can't see, but that metal cap there is where there's a well under here, our cistern. So this entire floor from there to that wall, all the way to this space, is a 25-foot well. So all this here is filled with water under us. And we have a pump that pumps the water at 90 pounds of pressure through every floor, and it maintains it at 90 pounds of pressure from the basement all the way through the 6th level. And then we'll continue to go, and this is where our utility room is, where our generator is. As you can see, generator with a soundproof room. All of this is soundproofing and absorbs, which is great because when this bad boy gets going, it is loud. We have 2 tanks. These lines go out to the outside, so when the gas people come, the gas oil people come, they hook out to an outer link. We make sure that these things are open, they get filled from the outside. Now our owners, or the owners of the building, are doing extensive electrical work, which is here, where they're fixing all of these panels. So when the electricity goes out, because it's constantly going out in the colonial zone. The generator automatically kicks on to provide secondary power, and these panels will facilitate and ensure that every room or every office space has electricity. So that is pretty much the entire building here at the Mella, and we hope you enjoy the tour.